everyone, I'm the Game Surgeon, and today we're gonna take a look at all of the achievements in Payday 2. What I'm looking for here is all the cultural references that are in these achievements. What I mean by that is like all of the TV shows, the quotes, all that kind of stuff that we can find in the achievements. So we're gonna take a look at them. Let's do it. First achievement in the game happens when you put on your mask. The only thing you have to do is put on the mask. The achievement is named No One Cared Who I Was Until I Put on the Mask. And this is a quote from Bane in the Dark Knight trilogy. As far as superheroes reference goes, we have My Spider Sense is Tingling, that comes from Spider-Man. We also have Man of Iron, which is an Iron Man reference. And we also have Havoc in the Streets, which is an episode from the cartoon show from TMNT. The Ghost Rider's achievement is also a reference to a popular comic book character and could also be referencing the movie with Nicolas Cage in it. Speaking of which, the achievement Lord of War shared the same name as a movie that Nicolas Cage starred in. But I don't know if it's a reference or not, because since this guy is like literally everywhere, we never know if it's an accident. Anyways, a lot of movies are referenced in Payday 2. For example, Caribbean Pirates could be a reference to the Pirates of the Caribbean. You Shall Not Pass is definitely a reference to the Lord of the Rings, Gandalf, when he says, "You shall not pass to the Balrog," especially since the achievement requires you to block a bridge so that none of the enemy could pass it, so this is clearly a reference to Gandalf. We're gonna need a bigger boat is a Jaws reference. Inception is from the movie Inception, but what's interesting about this one is that the Eagle Heavy rifle that you use in the game to complete this achievement is also shown in the movie, so that's why the achievement is named Inception. The 8th and final rule is a reference to Fight Club. As you might know, Fight Club has 8 rules, and the final and 8 rules is that you have to fight on your first night at the club. And basically the achievement requires you to kill 50 law enforcer with your fist in the nightclub mission. So that's clearly another reference here. 12 Angry Minutes could be referring to the movie 12 Angry Men, that talks about the judiciary system of the United States. No Heist for Old Men be referring No Country for Old Men. The newly released achievement Boston Saints is actually from the movie Boondock Saints, which is taking place in Boston. This movie shows 2 brothers that are fighting against a criminal organization. Basically, a lot of akimbo weapons are used in this movie, so it's only fair that the achievement requires you to use akimbos. I think that 3,000 miles to the safe house is a reference to 3,000 miles to Graceland. I Ain't Got Time to Bleed is a reference to the movie Predator. The achievement Build Me an Army Worthy of Crynet comes from the movie Lord of the Rings. Well, the sentence was actually Build Me an Army Worthy of Mordor, but it's basically the same thing, you know? Last Action Villain is a reference or a parody of the movie Last Action Hero. Lock, Stock and 8 Smoking Barrels is a parody of the movie Lock, Stock and 2 Smoking Barrels. When you reach level 50, you unlock the achievement Armed and Dangerous, which is actually a movie's name, which is probably a reference to it. Pump Action actually refers to 2 things. First, the movie Pulp Fiction, which talks about gangsters and all that stuff like that quite fit in the Payday universe. Secondly, we have the ways that some of the shotgun works. Simply, we call those shotgun pump action, so this is where it comes from. No One Can Hear You Scream is a reference from the movie Alien. While it's not a direct quote from the movie, it's actually a sentence that the marketing team used to promote the movie. Rainbow is represented in 2 ways in the achievements. First, they drew First Blood, which is clearly a reference to First Blood. And the last one is, In town you're the law, out here it's me. It's a sentence that Rainbow used. Still, James Bond is the most referenced character in the achievements of Payday 2. So here we go. License to Kill, The Man with the Golden Gun, Diamonds Are Forever, From Russia with Love. These are all James Bond movie names. TV shows are also represented in Payday 2. We can easily think of Breaking Bad because a lot of missions are steering, like you have to cook meth in rats, or in cook-off actually. So yeah, there's a lot of reference to Breaking Bad. For example, there's actually an achievement named Breaking Bad and another one named Breaking Dead, which is probably a reference to something from the TV show, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you. We can also find the quote, "I'm the one who knocks," as an achievement in the game. The show Dexter is represented by the sentence "surprise, motherfucker," which is spoken by a character, Sergeant Dokes, I think, and this is also what Chains says when he throws a grenade in the game. But wait, there's more, is an achievement that refers to Billy Mays. Yeah, I classify him in the TV shows because he was on TV, but he actually sold products, and yes, that was his catchphrase. But wait, there's more. So they implemented that in the game. A lot of songs have been used to name a couple of achievements in Payday 2, so we're gonna take a look at them real quick. They See Me Back in the Hating. This is a reference to the Chamillionaire song Ridin', in which he said, "They see me rollin', they hate him. If you liked it, you should have put a ring on it," is a reference to Beyonce's song Single Ladies. Highway to Hell is an AC/DC song. Who Let the Dodge Out is a reference to both the song Who Let the Dogs Out and the internet meme Dodge. Every Day I'm Shovelin' is a reference to the LMFAO song Party Rock Anthem. The catchphrase in this one was "Every Day I'm Shoveling." Riders on the Snowstorm is actually a reference from the song Riders on the Storm by The Doors. A Mr. DJ is an old song by Zayn. Came In Like a Wrecking Ball is obviously from the new song of Miley Cyrus, Wrecking Ball. Finally, Michael Jackson is represented by two songs, Smooth Criminal when you reach level 25 and Blood on the Dance Floor. Video games are not left out when it comes to reference in this game. We can think of Echo Round, which is actually a term used in Counter-Strike when the team decides to save up money to buy better stuff next round. Cloak and Dagger is an item used in Team Fortress 2. Army of One could be referring to Army of Two. Cooking with Style is an achievement that you can also find in the World of Warcraft game, but I'm not sure if it's a direct reference or it's just a coincidence actually. The Pumpkin King Made Me Do It is from the Tim Burton universe. It's represented in the movies and in video games, so I decided to put it here. I think it's a pretty neat reference to Tim Burton. The most interesting video game reference I found was actually Fish AI. If you didn't know, when they released Call of Duty Ghost, they introduced like a new fish mechanic that would allow fish to move away from you when you get close to them. People laughed at this because it was already implemented in games like Super Mario 64. So that's kind of a little laugh onto the Call of Duty developers. On to literature now. We can find a Frankenstein achievement in the form of the It's Alive achievement, which requires you to get electrified with the mask of Frankenstein. Well, it's actually called Frank, but we all know what it is. Some achievements just have the same name as some books, like Lord of the Flies or The Turtle Always Wins. Speedlock Holmes is actually a reference to Sherlock Holmes. I guess you weren't really surprised by this one, but what's interesting here is that the achievement requires you to scout for evidence really quick so that you can tag the right truck on the first day of Election Day job. There and Back Again is the subtitle from The Hobbit by Tolkien. Considering that we have a lot of presidential masks in Payday 2, this isn't really a surprise to find some political references in the game. "I'm not a crook" is a reference to a sentence that Richard Nixon said during a speech when he was accused of the Watergate scandal. "I did not have sexual relationship with this bulldozer" is a reference to Bill Clinton's affair that he had with an intern at the White House. "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." That's the actual sentence, but President Bush just messed it up.
In Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you. You fool me, we can't get fooled again."
On the recent side of things, we have both the "Yes We Can" slogan from the Obama campaign and the affordable health care, which reference the Obamacare. I found some other references that I couldn't really classify into categories, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. 120 Proof is actually a type of vodka. 7-Eleven, as you probably know, is a popular store. Murphy's Law is a law that states that everything that can go wrong will go wrong. There's no way you can escape it. So this achievement also requires you to tag the wrong truck on the election day job and find a vault that has no money in it. So everything that could have gone wrong, well, it has gone wrong. Tour de Clarion is actually a reference to the Tour de France. This is because the Clarion in the game is a FAMAS, and the FAMAS is a French gun, so they referenced it this way. Finally, tabula rasa. Tabula rasa is actually a philosophy that states that when you are born, you have no built-in mental status. Like, all the thing we know, all of our knowledge comes from our experiences and our perceptions of things. There's nothing that's built in us. So that's all I've got today, but there's around 300 of those achievements, and I've probably missed a lot of them. So if you find anything that's referring to a movie or anything else that I didn't find out, feel free to post it in the comment right there. Also, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and if you like to see more content like this. I'll probably be doing a video about the masks in Payday 2 and what they are referring to. So as I said, I'm gonna go do some research, and I'll see you on the next show. Have a good day!